Hi, welcome to Diamond Delight Edibles. My name is Liz, if this is the first time you're joining, and the regular guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do a very quick video for you guys on how to do tincture, since I've kind of moved over to tincture, using it for canned sugars and syrups and flours and so on and so forth. So for those of you who don't know how to make tincture, there's two ways of you can do it. There's the old-fashioned way of using a mason jar and your plant material and your vodka. Or if you've got one of these handy-dandy puppies, the magic butter machine or another type of machine like that that does infusion or that does tinctures, then you're much better off to go this way. This method takes 6 to 8 weeks, and this takes 4 hours. So if this is something that you want to do just as a one-time do, you can go ahead and try that. But if tinctures is something that you get into for your edibles on a regular basis, I highly, highly recommend trying to get one of these things. It's going to save you so much time and effort, and yeah. So that's it for that. So I'm just going to get right into it. There's not a whole lot here. We're talking vodka, a jar, or the machine. And the biggest thing is your alcohol. So for your alcohol, mainly vodka is the best one. Now you need to make sure that it is at least 151 proof, or at least 76% or higher. In the States, you can get Everclear, which I believe is around the 94-96%. In Ontario, or I don't know about the rest of Canada, however, in Ontario, if you can find Spiritus, this is 76%, you can buy it off the shelf. If not, we have what's called alcohol, that is 94%. However, you have to contact the LCBO, what was it? I'll put the link in for you just to make it helpful. Quality control, that's it. You have to send them a request as to exactly what you want to use it for, how much you want to use it a year, and if they agree, then they'll send you a letter and you take that to the LCBO, and voila, they will give you the alcohol. So, or in Quebec, way easier to get right off the shelf. And so that's about it. This is more of the difficulty is getting the higher percent alcohol. Now, a trick for you. If you cannot obtain the 76% alcohol, you can do the oldest method of distillation. So get your 40% alcohol, put it in the freezer. Wait till the water in that's all completely frozen. Once it's frozen, you will take it out and put it over a strainer, and you just take the lid off. Because the alcohol does not freeze, it will work its way through the ice and drip out. That is going to almost double your percentage in your alcohol by taking out that water. And that is the oldest method of distillation, is freezing. So there you go, an easy trick for you. Then you can do it a second time to increase it even more. So as I said, way to do it if it is difficult. So I'm going to just back up the camera a little bit here for you so we can see everything and show you how to put that together. All right, so to do a tincture, now you can do a tincture for any type of plant material. So this goes for your herb. If you want to do rose petals, so if you've got a garden and you do all kinds of herbs, you can do this is the exact same way that you would do those type of tinctures as well. If you're into herbalism and things like that. As I said, it's exactly the same way you would do it. So you are going to, first of all, decarb your plant material. If you don't know what decarb, it's decarboxylation, which is converting your THCA to THC. You do that by putting it in the oven in a glass oven-safe pan or container. Hold on one second, something like this. Glass lid would be better for you. If not, cover it with tin foil. And you put it in the oven at 240 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. And then you take it out and let it completely cool to room temperature. Once you've got that, you will place it into a mason jar, if you were doing it the old-fashioned way. You will pour, I've got 3 cups here of my 76% Spiritus alcohol. Oops, shoot. Well, hopefully you'll pour yours not all over your counter. That's it. You will place your lid on firmly and you're going to give it a good shake. Then you're going to place it in your cupboard, in a dark cupboard, for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And every day, once or twice a day, couple times, 2 or 3 times a day, whenever you happen to go into your kitchen, take her out, give her a good shake up, put her back in the dark. And I said about 6 to 8 weeks later, that tincture will be ready. You will strain that material out and you're good to go. Now, if you're doing it with the herbal magic, holy mackerel, the magic butter machine, sorry, if you're doing it with the magical butter machine, magicalbutter.com, it's just as simple. It's actually simpler. You will take everything. Now you have to do at least a minimum of 2 cups or a maximum of 5 cups. So I am just going to take this because I'm not doing the 6 to 8 week method. And we just pour it right into our magical butter. I'm just going to scrape the rest of that out. Well, that's easier said than done. Anyway, just give that a little bit of a stir up there. Put your lid on. Plug her in. And you are going to set the temperature to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Or, I can't see what it says in the Celsius. I think it says 94 Celsius. And you are going to set it for the 4-hour tincture. That's it. The lights are going to come on. It's going to do the grinding and that. And after 4 hours, we are going to strain this. And that's it. We'll have our tincture. So a lot of great reasons, as I said, for making tincture is that you can make so much from your tincture. As I said, you can do the can of sugar. Check out my video on how to make can of sugar. There's the other one on can of flour, powdered sugar, can of syrup, and simple syrup. How to cover those. So you can pretty much make all your base ingredients now with your tincture. And it shows you how to do it, to dehydrate it so it evaporates all the alcohol, leaving your good stuff. And you can then use all these ingredients then for your base cooking. So you're no longer having to put butter into places butter has no business being, like Jell-O. So I'm pretty sure we could get a million recipes and not one of those recipes is going to call for butter. So that now lets you eliminate the emulsifiers and things and lets you make things more in their natural state, as well as being able to better control how strong or weak you want to make your product. So you can either just use a little bit of sugar, so a quarter, so for example, if a recipe is 1 cup, you could either use a 1/4 cup, it would be pretty mild, or you could use a whole cup of can if you really wanted to render people unconscious. So instead, it gives you far more versatility than using the butter or the oil. You're going to get the same type of strength. And yeah, I definitely love using that a lot more. Oh, and one thing also, if you are using the machine, always make sure to either have a fan, either an overhead fan going or a stand fan, or have a window open. You want to always have air circulation whenever you're working with alcohol, especially alcohol that is so highly concentrated. All right, and one other thing that I know a lot of you are going to ask me, which I probably should have said earlier about the decarbing. So generally, on average, people, again, it's all how personally strong you want to make your base, your tincture. So I've included a link for a calculator so you can calculate your own. But what I generally do is a 1/2 ounce to 1 cup or 1 pound of butter. So that's generally my rule. Of some of how of the strength that I like to make mine. As I said, use the calculator and then you can figure out exactly how much you want to add of your plant material in order to get the strength of the dosing, etc., of exactly what you want personally. And so once your tincture is done, if you're using the machine after 4 hours, you can then just strain it. with your handy, this bag is awesome. If you guys have this machine, you know this bag is almost worth it getting it for the machine. So yeah, just strain her out. If not, if you've got, if you're doing it the jar method, then you will strain it. You can use a strainer and a cheesecloth or a coffee filter. And for those of you who don't know what a cheesecloth is, it is a fine mesh cotton cloth that you double and triple up to get it as fine as you want it to, and they're awesome for straining. You can get them in any grocery store, any dollar store. They're really easily to find. They're very easy to find. Sorry, and yeah, as I said, and they're really inexpensive. They're like $1, and they're huge, and you can just use whatever size you want. Blah. So that's it. Once you're done, you will store it in a mason jar. Secure the lid on tightly and keep it in a dark location. And that's it for tinctures. Alright, so my infusion is now done. Take off the lid, pour it through this handy dandy strainer. Just going to get out the extra pulp. There you go, just squeeze her out. Forever dropping things. Pour it back into your clean mason jar. With this stupid thing. Put your lid on it, and that's it. You store it in your cupboard in a dark cupboard. So this needs to stay out of direct sunlight. That's very important. Otherwise, it will deteriorate everything. And that's it for tincture. Easy as pie. So I hope you enjoyed that little demonstration there for you. And again, as always, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments. And you guys are awesome. If this is the first time you're watching, I do hope you subscribe, or at least just check out some of those other videos. And I think that's all I've got for you. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks again for watching. Bye.